Starting in Phase 2 of TBC, for Sha'tari Skyguard reputation, start by picking up the Pre-Req, Threat from Above from Eula in Shatrat City. This becomes available in Phase 2, like I mentioned, and note that you need to be level 70 and have purchased at least non-epic flying to see this quest. Slay any 20 of the Gordani ogres in the Barrier Hills northwest of Shatrat. Then return to Eula. She will follow up with 2 Skettis. Take the explosives package to Sky Sergeant Doran at Blackwind Landing, Terokk Forest at coordinates 64-67. Turn into Skettis to unlock the hub. Now, let's go over the non-daily quests first. Hungry Nether Rays is a non-repeatable that asks you to slay Blackwind Warp Chasers while you have your provided Nether Ray pet out. Turn it into Skyguard Handler DSAC for 250 reputation. World of Shadows is the start of a chain to summon Terokk and Skettis from Severin, who asks you to kill Arakoa in the area and gather 6 Shadow Dust. This also leads to more Shadow Dust, a repeatable quest for 150 rep per turn-in, to gather 6 more Shadow Dust. What's nice is the Shadow Dust isn't bind on pickup, so it can be traded or purchased from the auction house. Next, Secrets of the Talonpriests will become available after. Use your Elixir of Shadows to be able to see normally hidden shadow mobs and Talonpriests. Ishaal is at 6878 up top in a tree, Zelik is at 6974 in another tree, and Skizik is at 6982 in a hut. They apparently have about a 3-minute respawn each, but if you run out of your Elixir Shadow buff, you will need to farm more Shadow Dusts to get another so that you could see the priests. Now, when you kill Ishaal, he's going to drop his Almanac. This book begins a quest. Right-click to start it. Return to Sky Commander Adaris, north of Skettis. The follow-up sends you to Rylak the Redeemed in the lower city. Then, return to Sky Commander Adaris with the news about Terokk's return. Hazzik's Bargain is up next. Go to Eastern Skettis and retrieve the package in the Western Hut at coordinates 7480. A Shabby Disguise asks you to use the disguise provided and obtain adversarial bloodlines from Sahak. He is in the hut on the island in the middle of the lake. The quest item costs about 3 gold to buy, and Adversarial Blood is your follow-up asking you to kill 4 different summoned mobs around the skull pile, summoning circles of Skettis. Suggested players is 3, so this is a group quest. You need to find skull piles in the middle of purple summoning circles of Skettis. Summon and defeat each of the descendants by using 10 time-lost scrolls at the piles. Time-lost scrolls are only dropped off the Shadow Skettis you see after consuming an Elixir of Shadow, but they aren't bind on pickup, so they can be traded or purchased. The descendants held prisoner by the Skettis Talonpriests are Gezarek the Huntress, Karog the Crystal Giant, Dark Screecher Akarai, and Vakiz the Windrager. They all have a chance to drop a blue item, as well as a unique item that can all be turned in for another time-lost offering. But complete Adversarial Blood the first time, and your reward is a time-lost offering. Now you could accept the quest, Terokk's Downfall. Take the time-lost offering to the central island in Skettis to summon Terokk. You'll need a group to defeat him. During the fight, Terokk will become immune to all damage, at which point the tank will need to drag him to where you see a blue flare shortly afterward, and a bomb will drop down. Drag Terokk into the flame to break his shield. He'll become enraged, but you'll be able to kill him. This will shatter his immunity, at which point your group can continue. Apart from that, it's a simple tank and spake fight, with 500 rep per Terokk kill. Terokk drops a blue BOP, like each of the 4 named mobs you summoned during Adversarial Blood, but he also has a chance to drop a couple of epic quality capes. Upon finishing, you get a choice from 4 rare rewards and 1000 rep for turning in the quest. Now, let's move on to the Skettis dailies. Fires Over Skettis. Seek out Monstrous Kaliri eggs on the tops of Skettis dwellings and use the Skyguard blasting charges on them. Return to Sky Sergeant Doran once you've destroyed 20 of them. When you're flying on your mount, use the Skyguard blasting charge on the wiggling eggs. They kind of look like spider eggs on the tops of the towers. You'll gain 350 rep for the day. Escape from Skettis is a daily escort. Find the caged Skyguard prisoner in one of 3 treehouse locations around Skettis. This is a nice time to group up with nearby players to get this done with ease for 150 reputation. A couple of other notes for Skettis: the Monstrous Kaliri flying around are probably the most annoying mobs you'll encounter when flying on your mount. First off, they hit hard. Second, they can hamstring you on your mount mid-air. And third, they could even daze you so you just fall flat out off your mount and possibly die from fall damage. In my opinion, they're the most annoying mob in the Burning Crusade. If you could think of a mob that's more annoying, please let me know in the comments. But I think these take the cake. Also, when you obtain Honored status, Skyguard Handler DSAC will offer a flight to Skyguard Handler Irena in Blade's Edge Mountains at the Skyguard Outpost. There, you'll find 2 more Skyguard dailies. Bomb them again, and wrangle more Nether Rays are 2 quests at the Skyguard Outpost in Blade's Edge Mountains that reward both Sha'tari Skyguard and Ogri'la reputation. I cover both of these in my Ogri'la reputation video, which goes over everything from how to unlock the hub, dailies, rewards, and much more. Definitely check it out. But overall, from the dailies alone, you'll receive 1,350 Sha'tari Skyguard reputation per day from these 4 quests. Bomb them again is basically another bombing run on your flying mount, while Wrangle the Rays requires you to find Rays in the area, get their health relatively low, and then use the wrangling rope on them to get quest credit. But make sure you don't kill them before you use the rope. While most of your reputation with the Sha'tari Skyguard comes from quests, you can steadily build additional rep by farming mobs in Skettis. Here's a table of mobs within Skettis and the reputation they grant per kill. So, as you farm for Shadow Dust, it's nice that you passively gain rep too. And remember, each Shadow Dust repeatable turn-in grants an additional 150 rep. So now let's go over the fun stuff, reputation rewards. Ogri'la is the Quartermaster, you'll find in Skettis. At Exalted, you can choose from 5 different Nether Ray flying mounts: green, purple, red, silver, or blue. You could also buy all 5 if you can't decide. There's a Nether Ray pet available, a tabard, and a couple of trinkets. And as I mentioned earlier, I have an Ogri'la video that complements this one, seeing as you gain reputation for both factions in several of the quests. But that about wraps up my Sha'tari Skyguard guide. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel for more classic and TBC content. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.